I'm Algimantas. I live in a small East European country, Lithuania. It's at the Baltic Sea. I present spiritual teachings, train spiritual teachers, but I have to emphasize the future spiritual teachers that have never been trained before. What's the difference? Because these future spiritual teachers will present teachings of Creator Himself. They would emphasize Creator as the foundation of the whole of creation and of each individual discovered within. Creator is discovered within. So that's why the top frequency vibrations being passed down to humans through His Spirit, which is called thought adjuster, are top frequency vibrations being experienced by the spiritual personality bestowed by Creator Himself. It's eternal. It's within this material and visible body that humans consider to be a human being. No, this is only the outer form of the spiritual, eternal personality within this body. So these spiritual teachers shall present the teachings that would equal revelations. What is a revelation? It's truth of reality and of Creator being passed by a higher than a human mind from a higher level of creation, just to assist humans, because humans are fear-stricken. They live permanently in fear. They are scared that something unlucky might happen in their life. They are scared that they might lose a job, that they might lose their business, they might lose their home, they might lose some family member, they might lose even their life, they might get some illness from somewhere, catch some disease. And it's a torture to live in a permanent fear. I doubt you would agree with what I've just told you. But that's true. Because I represent Creator as His ambassador to this world and apostle of Jesus, and His partner, Creator daughter Nebuchadnezzar. They are two founders and leaders of our local universe, which has the name of Nebadon. So that's why the partner of Jesus is Nebuchadnezzar. It's after her the name of the local universe they have set up has been named. So, are you fear-stricken when you are listening to my teaching? Of course you would say, no, I don't have fear. But you don't even imagine how much of your fear is invisible to your mind. It's in your subconsciousness. It's an enormous layer of fear. And under a certain circumstances, fear springs up to your conscious level, and you begin to feel the fear as a real phenomenon within you, and that is controlling your mind. That's why the mind, fear-stricken, might make a lot of crucial mistakes. But the most crucial mistake is you might lose your soul. You might lose your soul by leading your life on this initial world How come that you might lose your soul? Because you live in illusion. This planet has been designed by Creator that the gospel of Jesus, the fatherhood of man and brotherhood of the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man should become the dominant power within our relationship throughout the whole of humanity. This is the reality. Do you see brotherhood around you? No matter on what continent you might be living at the moment, there is no brotherhood. There are plenty of different conflicts, including the military conflicts among different states. They are regional conflicts. There would be no World War III. Don't worry about it. No war just enveloping the whole of the planet and humanity. No. But nevertheless, the absolute majority, well, actually, all politicians, all presidents, they make wrong decisions because they are being controlled by fear of losing this position, of losing election. But there is no honest electionary system. Democracy, it's a wrong social order. This organization is already worn out. It's yesterday's sunset. The time is coming for a new dawn, for a living dawn after each of you shall waken up to spiritual foundation of Creator within you, so that your spiritual personality would also wake up. And for this to happen, you need to listen to my teachings and to the teachings to be presented by the future teachers that I'm still beginning to train. So far, there are no such teachers anywhere in the world. I started doing it in Lithuania, but I'm doing it for the whole of the planet. And that's my mission conferred on me by Creator Himself and Jesus in Nebuchadnezzar. Local leaders of our local universe. Creator are for, well, actually, Creator is a creator consists of four personalities in absolute spiritual unity. The three sources and centers of the Paradise Trinity and the aggregate deity I am, written in all capital characters. So I received teachings from Creator, from Jesus, Nebuchadnezzar. I published several books, 4 books of Creator's revelations, and 1 book of Jesus' revelations. There is the epochal revelation, which I've shown you many a time, the Urantia book. That's the epochal revelation. And it describes Creator, the 4 personalities. Actually, I expanded this to include the 4th personality, the aggregate deity I am. In this epochal revelation, it's been described as the philosophical concept of the first source and center of the Paradise Trinity. The philosophical concept of the Father. But in reality, it is even more. When I started communing with the Paradise Trinity, 3 sources and centers, as my father and mother, all of a sudden, I was contacted by the aggregate deity I am. I was not the initiator of this communion, but I am has contacted me. So that's why I expanded this epochal revelation by claiming it's not only the philosophical concept of the first source and center of the Paradise Trinity, the Father, but it's even a personality, not only the concept, philosophical. A concept cannot approach a personality. Only a personality can approach a personality. Well, I'm the only one to represent Creator as his ambassador on this planet. There are 8 billion inhabitants, my brethren, but they are engaged in their own illusionary material interests. They are far from Creator. Even Muslims pray 5 times a day, but they have not waked up as spiritual personalities. They have not discovered Creator within. That's why these 5 prayings a day and every day does not reach Allah. No. My prayers reach Allah, not Muslims, not Christians' prayers. During Christmas, during Easter time, during religious holidays, or during everyday Holy Mass. These are ritualistic religions. I commune with Creator alive, without any material ritual. And my mission is to enlighten the whole of humanity. I continue the mission of Jesus, the mission of Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, the mission of Muhammad. the mission of Moses, the mission of Melchizedek, Makiventa Melchizedek. I enlighten you. Just listen to my teachings with your open heart. That fear would melt in my love being sent, that I've received and I'm still receiving, and I shall ever receive from Creator Himself. Love is the top frequency vibrations being passed by Creator to the whole of creation. We cannot produce a love phenomenon within each of us. Otherwise, it would be very simple. We are just the channels of Creator's love to all others. And fear is controlling your mind. Therefore, you are waging wars, you are making conflicts within a family, within your own individual person, within a political party. That's why factions appear, because of differences and conflicts. You are making a lot of conflicts in different companies. The economy is being all in conflicts. That's why some companies spring up, others go on bankruptcy, and it's all due to fear that is dominating your subconsciousness. And light from Creator has no enough of power to reach your consciousness. Now, I want to quote this epochal revelation, the Urantia book. Primitive desires produced the original society, but ghost fear held it together and imparted an extra-human aspect to its existence. Common fear was physiological in origin, fear of physical pain, unsatisfied hunger, or some earthly calamity. But ghost fear was a new and sublime sort of terror. The senseless superstition, some of which still persists, prepared the minds of men through superstitious fear of the unreal and the supernatural, for the later discovery of the fear of the Lord, which is the beginning of wisdom. The baseless fears of evolution are designed to be supplanted by the awe for deity inspired by revelation. The early cult of ghost fear became a powerful social bond, and ever since that far distant day, mankind has been striving more or less for the attainment of spirituality. Hunger and love drove men together. Vanity and ghost fear held them together. But these emotions alone, without the influence of peace-promoting revelations, are unable to endure the strain of the suspicions and irritations of human interassociations. Without help from superhuman sources, the strain of society breaks down upon reaching certain limits. And these very influences of social mobilization, hunger, love, vanity, and fear, conspire to plunge mankind into war and bloodshed. The peace tendency of the human race is not a natural endowment. It is derived from the teachings of revealed religion, from the accumulated experience of the progressive races, but more especially from the teachings of Jesus, the Prince of Peace. Like I've mentioned before, I continue the mission of Jesus. My word is the living word of Creator, the living word of Jesus. If you sincerely listen to my words, you would feel within your spiritual personality they're true. But even more, very soon you will be given a certain experiential evidence that something happens in your life. Something becomes not only felt, but visible to you, experienced by your mind, by your personality, that would also confirm the reality of the living word you have heard from me. Because all my teachings are meant for your enlightenment, for your assistance, for your help. I do not have any intention to make your life unbearable, more difficult, so that you would experience more suffering. Not at all, just the opposite. I want to make your life happy and full of love and goodness, which are bestowals to the whole of creation by Creator Himself. And it is being passed by energy vibrations through His thought adjuster, indwelling our mind. So wake up as a spiritual personality and begin to feel these top frequency vibrations from Creator within you. Therefore, it is possible, even to the source and center of these vibrations, top frequency vibrations, to discover within without going anywhere. Just open up your own spiritual personality to Creator. In your sincere, the most crucial thing is sincerity, because it's one of the traits of Creator's character, sincerity. It is not our trait. We are only taking in sincerity from Creator, even in a similar way as we take Creator's love into our spiritual personality. These are vibrations that we experience, and then in sincerity our consciousness is absolutely, experiencing elevation and reality, and looking around, all of a sudden they see what they have never seen before, simply skipped this or that part of the reality, or misunderstood it. So open up yourself to Creator, but sincerely. In your own words, you might express yourself about everything, about what is gladdening your spiritual personality. You. Or that you don't understand my teaching. Ask him. I've just heard Algimantas speaking something about you, but I could not understand what he meant by his teaching. Help me to understand it. Or you may say that you had a hard week in your activity. You are at a loss. You don't know how to solve different problems that have accumulated in the course of this hard week. Help me solve these problems, these very annoying issues. And it might be that you would hear his response sometime in the morning, or maybe in a couple of days, through an enlightening your mind some thought, idea. Creator has plenty of ways how to reach your mind if you are sincere and looking for the most important thing, Creator himself. Looking, but you don't know where to look for him. So that's why look for Creator within yourselves. Look for Creator within yourselves, but sincerely. And then you will realize that the fear that has been controlling your mind shall begin to diminish, to melt in the light you would be experiencing within your mind. And your mode of thinking gradually shall change. This is an evolutionary process, and this process is also designed by Creator. Evolution is unstoppable. It might take a detour, some sort of a leap, a crook, but it can never be stopped altogether. Now, our humanity has experienced a 200,000 year detour from Creator's evolutionary course designed to this planet, and not only to this planet, but to the whole of creation. Jesus was trying to mend the situation, but his teachings were distorted. I continued his mission. I expanded his gospel from the fatherhood of man, fatherhood of God, and the brotherhood of man, to the fatherhood and motherhood of God, and the brotherhood of man, and souls and spirits throughout the whole of creation, not only in this part of creation on our planet. And plus, I teach how to discover Creator within by communing with him sincerely. And once you discover Creator within, you will certainly know you have discovered him. You will stop searching for Creator anymore in different workshops or yoga, exercising, or different sects of different religions. You will devote your energy and time to working with Creator for the benefit of all, ever deeper, ever more sincerely, ever more boldly. Your life shall be grounded to Creator, discovered within. And this is the most firm foundation of your own personal life within your own personality and throughout the creation. And all the journey to paradise while implementing our destiny bestowed by Creator to reach Him on paradise and stand in an immediate presence of Him on His dwelling abode, paradise, which is in reality our true home. So we are heading back to our home because our personality has been bestowed upon us by Creator Himself from paradise. And plus, there is a commandment passed down to us by Creator. Be perfect, even as I am perfect. Begin doing it today. Don't put it off until tomorrow. I know what I speak of.